Let's go ahead and check our setup and make sure we have everything. I've got my recipe right here, and I know I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. Got my tablespoon ready to go and my oil. My garlic powder, my tomato paste, my chicken-based paste, and my garlic salt are all in the student packets that were made up. So that's going to be the one that has the tomato paste in it. Okay, we just had to edit the footage there because I didn't have everything ready to go. I left these tomato pastes up in the fridge so they wouldn't go bad. So it's not in my bag, so that's why we do this, to make sure everything is there. Now as for your water, the recipe calls for 1 3/4 cups of water or 14 ounces. So how are we going to do that? Well, your measuring cup here is only 8 ounces. So you can have a bigger one at home that has the markings on the side. I don't know if we can see this here. How are those numbers?
Good.
Good? Yeah. Okay, you can see how you've got cups on this side. You've got 1 cup here, 1 plus 1/3, 1 2/3. And then over on this, in the middle, you've got ounces. So you've got 4, 8, 12, 16. So obviously I don't have quite the right amount there. And then you've got cups over here again. So one way you could do it is have a large cup like this and pour it up to the 14 ounces. So you're in between the 12 and the 16. So it goes 12, 14, 16. So this would be ready to go. Or you could go like this. You could take, if you have smaller measuring cups, if you want 1 3/4, you could go, there's 1 right to the top. Oops, I don't want that, because I want 1 3/4. So you could go 1, and then here's a 1/4 cup. So there's 1 1/4. Here's 1 2/4 or 1 1/2. And then here's 1 3/4. You could do it that way, or, and that would be ready to go. Or when you put your water in, you can measure your 1 cup and pretend that's the pot. You could pour your 1 cup in, and then you could guesstimate what 3/4 is. If you want 75% of this, you want 75 cents out of the dollar. So you could start going up until it looks like it's about 75 cents out of the dollar. Now I've been doing this for a long time and I'm guessing that's right. If you don't want to live dangerously, you don't have to do that. Now what if you say, you know what, I got nothing to measure with. Fremo, I don't know how to measure 1 3/4 cups. You know, we lost all of our cups, which happens in my house all the time. What are we going to do? Well, I guarantee you have something you can measure with, because I sent home your spices in this, and this is a 2-ounce cup. Okay, this is a 2-ounce cup, so you can put this into something else, or you could stir it into your rice and then use this cup. Let's pretend this is this. You could go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, and you're gonna be really close. So don't tell me you don't have something to measure with. Okay, so I've got my water. So how am I gonna do? I'm gonna use this water right here. I'm gonna use that one. And then my rice, okay? This is supposed to be 2 cups. So I'm gonna measure my first cup in here, and then hopefully this other one will be a cup. This is student measured, so I don't know how it's gonna work. Go right to the top, a little bit over, a little shake, that looks pretty good there, yep. And that's looking about right. And if there's some extra, well then you've got something to throw over your shoulder at some point in time. Okay, and so I think I'm ready to go here. I've got my heavy bottom pot, something nice and solid on the bottom. I've got a tight fitting lid, and I like to use wooden spoons to stir a lot of my savory dishes, rices and things like that. You can use metal. I suppose you could use a fork, you could use a smaller spoon. Just no plastic, please, it's going to melt. We're gonna get this pretty hot. So let's follow the recipe and let's get rocking and rolling on this. I'm gonna turn on my little fancy burner here. Okay. And first things first, okay, your measuring spoons. This is a set here. This is your tablespoon with your teaspoon, your half teaspoon, and your quarter teaspoon. I used to have all sets in this class. I wound up ripping them apart because I kind of like it when students have access to the single one. So this is wearing off, but that looks like a tablespoon. But I'll use my favorite one, which is this metal tablespoon. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. You can use whatever, I did not send home cooking oil because I didn't want to make too many messes in the bags. You can use whatever kind of cooking oil you want, but I would recommend against butter or margarine because it's going to scorch. So you need something that's called oil. Lard would work. Get all that out of there. You want to feel, you should feel it start to get a little bit hot. And this gas burns really hot, so it's gonna start. Nate, can you bring this in here and get on top of this? I can feel the heat. Let's bring it right in here. Get it right on top there. Okay, see how it's starting to smoke? I know that's ready. Now, I'm not walking away from this for a while here. I'm gonna start stirring this, and can you see how some of them, are you zoomed in all the way? See how some of them are starting to turn white? We want all of them to start turning white. And this is the key to making that restaurant style rice. And I've heard it referred to from like Mexican friends of mine who have moms who make the bomb rice. They refer to this as drying out the rice. I've heard it referred to as frying the rice. You don't want to get color on it. You don't want brown, excuse me, what I mean. You want to turn them from that pale color into the white color. And I'm gonna turn my heat down a little bit because I feel like this is gonna get away from me here. These little burners are pretty wicked good, but you can burn things on them. So how long, I've been at this for what, like a minute now, maybe a little over a minute. I turned it down. There's no hurry. You see I'm starting to get some brown there. See, it browned when I took the time out to turn my flame down. And they're starting to break open. Now, if you were making just a straight up white rice, you would have added water and rice and brought it to a boil and maybe added some salt and called it good. That's really, they're all starting to get that white color. And when the water hits these, they're gonna break open, and it's gonna have that fluffiness that you associate with that Mexican restaurant style rice. And at some point in time, it's gonna be done, which is probably about now. I'm not seeing much of anything in there except those whites. So now the recipe says to just barely coat everything with your tomato paste and your seasonings. So I'm gonna go off the heat a little bit, stir that in. Do not burn your tomato paste. See how I lifted that up? I want to get everything covered. It's starting to scorch there on the bottom a little bit. I don't really want that. I'm gonna smash it against the sides a little bit. Bang that back down in. See how also, you baseball players and you softball players, sometimes you need to choke up on the bat. Don't hold things from the very end here like this. You know, choke up on the bat. Get yourself some control over things. All right, that's probably about as mixed as it needs to be. Now I'm gonna go in with my water. And we're gonna bring this to a boil. So I'm gonna jack my heat back up. If you want this to boil more quickly, also if there's a lot of seasonings left in here, or if you want to use your cup to do measuring, I don't like to waste, so I'm going to go in here and get any of that tomato paste and that seasoning out of there so the cup's more dry. or clean or free of ingredients. Okay, there wasn't much in there, but, and you want to, when you're making rice, you want to taste your broth, because that's what the rice is going to taste like. And that's good. That tastes like Mexican restaurant style rice. I just tasted off this spoon. If you were making this with friends, you might want to rinse your spoon. But guess what's going to happen? There's just me and Nate who's going to eat this, and watch what's going to happen. I just sterilized the spoon, okay? There's no germs on that. Okay, now, you see how it already came back to a boil? At this point in time, you want to go as low as you can go and put a lid on. This one, oh, I went to high. That's not going to work. You want to go as low as the flame will go, or if you have electric, go down to like number 1 or 2. And you're going to leave the lid on. You can give it one more stir and make sure stuff is broken up. But I'm going to walk away from this for 20 minutes. Okay? So set your timer and don't lift the lid. Don't mess with it. Set it there for 20 minutes. Walk away. You just might want to check and make sure it's not bubbling too hard. I've got a glass lid so I can see through. I mean, you can come up and peek at it. If it's in a full rolling boil, it looks like waves crashing against the rocks, then you've got too much heat going and you need to turn it down. It should look about like that. That's what we call a simmer right there, where it's just gently boiling. Okay, let's wait. And you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna go put this on another burner, and I'm gonna show you how to make a quesadilla real quick.
Here we go.
Okay, so this rice is cooked about 20 minutes, and let's take a look at it. Yeah, see how it's a little drier than it was last time? I would have liked to have sat here and let it sit for like 5 minutes. I don't like all that steam coming out, but it's okay. And now I'm going to, when you serve this, like you don't want to, sometimes using a spoon like this mashes it up and smashes it, and it also gets this really ricey. And then you got to clean this, and you got rice everywhere. So I like to take a fork, and these are called tines of the fork, and just fluff it up like this. It's a little bit of scorching at the bottom, but that's okay. That's going to be flavor. See how those are nice and separate? Good. And now, with a hot mitt, don't burn yourself. You want to back up a little bit here, Nate, and pan out a little bit. When I serve, I like to get you guys in the habit of being able to take a pot and come over and make a nice little deal like that. And then cutting quesadillas, you want to go, I'm going to go right across the middle once, and then this gets us 4. Now if I want to do 8, I'm going to go like that, or if I want even more, if I want to do 10, sometimes you can cut these ones here. I can go thirdsies like that. Or you can just go across here like this. Okay, and then if you do a pretty little display, you could do something like this. You know, and kind of fan that out. If you had like a little piece of chicken or some salsa right here, that would be good. Maybe a doppel of sour cream right there. There'd be a lot of ways you could turn this here into a decent little meal. Let's see how the rice turned out. That's good. It tastes like Mexican restaurant style rice, but it needs a little bit more water. So I might change the recipe that goes out to you guys. It's a little bit firm, but it's good. So I hope you guys are successful, and shoot me an email if you have any questions on how this is going to work. All right, good luck.